What's going on, guys? R.I.Pierre here, using that max power return on YouTube, and whether you found this on some fortunate accident or whether you've been following me for a while, it is about that time of every other month again, every other month after a season, forget it, every other month after a season ends. So this is GPC Season 3, my draft analysis, excuse me. So this is the third season this year. What has it been, like 6 months, 7 months since it came together at the beginning? And it has been nothing but fun for everyone except, no, let me stop. It's been a blast. I really met a lot of people. It's been very interesting, but that is not what this is about. This is about my draft for this year in the GPC, this year, of course. This season in the GPC. Made a lot of mistakes. I have probably restarted this like 8 times already. I am done. I'm just going to continue and mind my business. I'm human. Let's go. So, first round, first of all, I was third in order for the first time. In the last 2 drafts, I have been 9th. This time, the tables have turned. So, I am third this time. I originally wanted to build around Manaphy, but Bob snatched that up in the second round. But we decided to unban Landorus-I for whatever reason, so we have Landorus-I. I decided to draft him third in the draft. Sasha took Greninja XY first round, Manaphy, oh my goodness. Bob took Manaphy second in the first round. I took Landorus-I third. Now, Landorus-I, broken. That's the first thing that comes to your mind. It's sheer force life orb with a ton of moves at its disposal, but it also has the ability to set up rocks. One of it could be one of those. It also has a nice physical attacking stat as well if you want to catch people off guard. It is actually a very versatile Pokemon, and it's nothing to be trifled with in League play. Now, of course, everything can carry an ice type move at any time, but Landorus-I is it's got a good amount of speed on it. It's got the power, of course, to do a lot of good things for any team in the league, and it is great. So I decided to pick him up first, and he was unbanned. So that's my prerogative, I guess, on the matter. I don't really have anything else to say about Landorus-I. It's an amazing Pokemon, amazing sweeper. It's just amazing at poking holes. It's a great, I want to say wall breaker. Oh no, yeah, I'll say it's a great wall breaker. It can hit very, very hard, especially. It can hit very hard physically as well, but special is what you would see more often. So, yeah, I'll call it a wall breaker. So, next up, we have Suicune, the second pick in the draft. I actually wanted a Azumarill for this part because, one, it gave me a nice fairy type that could hit hard, but it also gave me a water type, which is what I was looking for to synergize with Landorus-I, as it takes away the ice. It gives me basically a much more reliable switch into the ice weakness, especially since the things that beat Suicune don't really carry an ice move, I guess I would say, or don't benefit from it, I guess, except for fast electric types like Raikou and Jolteon, of course, which are going to have HP Ice plus their electric moves, which are going to do all that good stuff. Now, Suicune is very bulky. It's not the hardest hitter in the world, but with Calm Minds, it can do very well. Of course, there's Crocoon, which is Rest Talk, Calm Mind, and Scald, which is this like super standard set, but they can also do other things as well. I'm not going to say those things right now because I haven't thought of them yet, but you know, let me stop. But it also has access to Ice Beam. The hidden powers, of course, can be very useful in League format. Suicune is just a good Pokemon all around. It was, I think it's borderline in this, no, not borderline. It's, yeah, it is borderline. It's because Celebi is OUB, and it's 13, so, and Suicune is 12. So, speaking of Celebi, next up in the draft, we have Celebi, my third round pick, for 13 points, an OUB pick. Basically, another synergizer for Suicune and Landorus-I. It does have the ability to baton pass Landorus-I some, either I could pass it some speed if I need to, or I could pass it some Calm Minds, give it the ability to live some, well, not Calm Minds, excuse me, Nasty Plots. I'm sorry about that. Basically, adding on to its power to break everything that wants to switch in. And it's an amazing Pokemon. I love Celebi because of, its base 100s all around, which gives it good bulk. It can hit decently if you really want it to, and it's got access to U-turn. It has access to Baton Pass, like I said earlier, Nasty Plot, Agility as well, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, and it's just, Celebi's a great Pokemon all around, and all you need is all you needed. What else was I gonna say about Celebi? That's really about it. The only problem I really have with it is the fact that it has all these weaknesses, but I also need something that could deal with electric types a little bit better, especially defensive Celebi doesn't really care too much for the ice type the ice type moves that Raikou or Jolteon could carry. The thing I do have to worry about is like Signal Beam, but I'm not sure if I warrant enough coverage for that, especially considering the rest of my team really does pretty well against Signal Beam variants of electric types. So moving on from there, this is going to be a pretty short analysis, so just letting you guys know that for the rest of the video. Next up we have Crobat. Picked him up, he's 10 points, he is in the UUA, I believe, yeah. So Crobat was something I thought was necessary. It was just something I needed something to get hazards off of the field, and because I'm not running any Spike Spawn, I had no intention of running Mons that were going to carry Spikes. I thought a Defogger is fine, I don't really need a Rapid Spinner. Plus my next pick, one of the next picks I had in mind was going to be something that could do some decent hazard control as well, although not as effectively, I would say. Because it doesn't switch in as well, but we'll get to that when we get to that. So right now we have Crobat. Crobat can hit pretty hard with a choice band on it, but you also have the more well-known support variants, utility I should say, which is max HP and max speed, allowing it to defog and roost while also being very effective, U-turning out, giving your team some momentum, things like that. But also can hit very hard with Brave Bird. It also has utility in Super Fang, Toxic. Basically, it can do anything I want it to without having to sacrifice too much. The one thing that it can't do is surprise people very well with hidden powers. I mean, it does get some like nice 2 or 3 hit KOs on 4 times super effective hidden powers, but like the surprise factor isn't as much because it's like, oh wow, you have this, I can just kill you though. Get what I'm saying? Alright, so next up we have in the draft, I was originally thinking of picking up a fighting type this round. I wanted to try to get Lucario, but he was kind of taken, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and pick this up because of the fact that I didn't have my Mega yet. I needed a fairy type, and I just felt like she would fulfill the role in a decent way. So, next up we have Mega Diancie. Oh my goodness. I say Diancie very frequently instead of her name, so it's like, it sticks in my head. The Princess of Diamonds herself shines bright like one too. So, I'm sorry. But now we have her. She hits very hard, both physically and especially, although I really wish Game Freak would have given her Power Gem or given her Play Rough. This way she could be run either physically or specially, rather than having to run both in order to have the coverage options that she needs to take care of threats like Talonflame. And it's just, it's a mess. But nevertheless, a great mon. 150 offenses, 100 defenses. 50 HP, of course, is very lackluster, and the fact that her speed is 50 before Mega Evolving basically either forces you to predict something or forces you to run Protect, which is not something I'm very keen on doing, but I love her. She's probably my favorite Mega among the new ones, other than maybe Mawile, I would say. Is probably my favorite among them, but that is banned to hell. So we have Mega Diancie here, so she's gonna do some good things for us. Those powerful Moonblasts, those powerful Diamond Storms. Basically, her special attack gives her the ability to run basically any hidden power I need her to if necessary, and if I really feel the need for it. And it's amazing. I really like what she brings to the table. Now, of course, it's like, they're like, oh, she's never been top of the league before or whatever, but you know what, I felt like drafting her, and that's what I did. And I'm surprised no one changed it on the sheet. I actually have it written out as Mega Diancie. I'll put a little screenshot in there of her name, of the name I have her eyes on the sheet, but no one changed it, and it's gonna stay that way, hopefully. Alright, so next pick shouldn't really be a surprise to really anybody. One of my mascots, one of the Pokemon I adore the most out of any Pokemon in the entire series, Meloetta. Now, Dunn a couple weeks back had said some stuff about, oh yeah, Meloetta is great, why isn't anybody using her in League? I mean, I've had her both seasons, but okay, I have a call. I don't know who this is, so I'm just gonna let it ring. I'm just gonna silence my phone after this, but yeah. So he's talking about, oh, it's a great Pokemon, why isn't I haven't seen it much in League play, who has? I was like, oh yeah, I've used it twice. And then Connor was in the mentions like, oh yeah, maybe I'll pick her up at some point. I was like, you know what, while I have the chance here, when I'm not really looking for anything else, because literally after Crobat, and I was just like, okay, I just need the things I want to pick up next are Diancie, Meloetta, and a Grass Resist. So that's really all I was really thinking about at that time. So I was like, alright, let's go for it. Got Diancie, and then we decide to get Meloetta next. Now, she is very, very, very versatile. She has Relic Song, which turns you into a powerful physical attacker while also getting that Serene Grace boost. 20% chance to sleep is nothing to sleep at. Oh my god. It's nothing to sneeze at. Lord help me. Alright, so there's that. She hits very hard from the special side. She has 128 special attack and special defense in her Aria form with 90 speed, and her HP is what, base 100? I'm not sure. I'm not looking at the thing right now. You know what? Maybe that would be a great idea. I should probably go click on that. You won't see me do that because I'll have a layout or something over it, and I'll just add things in as I see fit. And yes, I am definitely stalling you right now while I go check things out. But yeah, very, very versatile. Definitely can run Assault Vest, can run Substitute, Sub CM, attacking with Life Orb. It can run a lot of different, it has a lot of different options. She has a lot of different options in her kit, and it's just incredible what she can do. Assault Vest basically makes her an unkillable from the special side, or at least for a while anyways. The one thing I don't really like about, the only thing I haven't really liked about her is the fact that she lacks recovery, but she actually gets what she needs to out before she can, basically she does her jobs very well, whatever it is you have her doing, whether it's putting her in pirouette form and having her go at the opponent's team until she goes down, or if you have her in Aria form as an Assault Vester, or you could even, there is even utility options, like I believe she gets T-Wave, I'm not sure. Anyways, now that I'm on Showdown, let me go ahead and play the Meloetta. Yeah, it's 100 HP, 77 attack, 77 defense, 128 special attack, special defense, like I said, 90 speed. So definitely a force to be reckoned with, and I needed something that I was definitely lacking the ability to deal with bulky psychic types, and while she still does have a little bit of issue if they've already started to set up, I do still have I have my ways of dealing with it. So nevertheless, and I also picked up something later on to help me deal with that as well, so you'll see. Next up, now that I've finished going on and on about what Meloetta does, next up we have Druddigon. Now, this is a weird pick for this part of the draft, especially since there are other things available. Why not go get those? I went for Druddigon because of a couple things. One, its defenses are fantastic, for me anyways. Well, let me go ahead and yeah, so 77 HP, 90 defense, 90 special. Okay, I won't say it's fantastic, but it has good defenses, and Assault Vest even furthers that. Now, the calling card for me, the thing that I love the most about it is 120 attack in conjunction with Sheer Force and a bunch of moves that can get boosted by it. But it also has Rough Skin at the same time, which can give it a lot of good defensive use, as well as also being able to set up rocks, which is something that I did have a couple things on the team at the time for. I had Celebi and Landorus-I who can also do the same, and I think Nancy can as well, but not gonna be doing that. No, hell no. But yeah, there's Druddigon there doing things, and he's just great. He's very versatile as well, especially for the price. It's really not as bad. The only thing I have an issue with is his low speed, which is 45, which isn't great at all. It actually makes it kind of difficult to use him, but with an Assault Vest in the right situation, or with a Life Orb in the right situation, can do a lot of damage and run through people's teams, or can be very annoying to deal with and take out as he glares your team, makes you unable to move for several turns at a time, frustrating you as he wears you down and stares at you as you wither away into nothingness. That is what Druddigon does. I'm sorry, got a little dramatic there, but you get the point. Druddigon is Druddigon and is a Druddigon. So next up, I needed another thing that I could deal with CM psychic types, and I decided, you know what, Escavalier is still around, so let's go ahead and pick up young Joust Man. So Joust the Escavalier here doing work. He's kind of one-dimensional. Choice Band or Assault Vest is really all you're going to ever see. I mean, there's leftovers as well with like defensive stats as well, but I really don't feel, I'm not comfortable using that. I mean, I'm probably gonna look into it sometime this season just in case something like that happens, but he's really just there for the psychic types. And basically, if I can get him in on one with an Assault Vest, I can live in HP Fire, so I'm set that way. If I can get one in on that, it's basically curtains for that, and my team is actually very much in line to deal with that much better. Plus, I felt like it synergized pretty well, while it also switches into the ice types that Landorus-I doesn't feel like taking, or Celebi deals with the bug type move Celebi doesn't feel like taking. Especially with an Assault Vest, it kind of shuts down the electric, oh, not shuts down, I won't say that, but it definitely makes it easier to deal with fast electric types. And basically everything gets hit pretty damn hard on switching by an Escavalier, even if it's Assault Vested. Band, of course, is going to do more damage, but Assault Vest just gives it a lot more longevity, and it really does allow Escavalier to do some amazing things late game, like knocking off the crucial leftovers or the crucial choice scarf or whatever. But it's just like, that's its thing. Escavalier is going to do great things. So that's really all I want to say about that. Plus, I felt like I already had enough fire resist, so I felt safe enough going with Escavalier, because I do have Suicune, Diancie, and Dredagon, who are all very, very safe switch-ins for him at the moment. So that is great for me. Next up, what is this, round 9 in the draft? We have Mienshao. I actually didn't expect it to drop this far, but considering all the things that are up there, I'm not too surprised. Bob actually took Sock before Mienshao. I do believe Sock has Sturdy. Well, I'm not saying I do believe. I know Sock has Sturdy, which actually gives it that little extra push over other fighting types, because it can take another hit and just demolish anything it demolishes anything that's slower than it, takes a hit from something faster than it, kills that, and then you're basically like, okay, if I don't have priority, I am fucked. That's basically how it goes. There's no sugarcoating it. Mienshao is one of those that is there to be faster than you and let you know that you're not going to get out of this without damage, or you're not going to catch me, because I'm just going to switch out, get all my health back, come in, and then punch more holes through your team, because I don't care. So Mienshao also has 2 fantastic abilities in whatchamacallit, shoot, I'm forgetting. Regenerator and Reckless. Reckless goes very well with its high jump kicks because of how much more power it puts into them. I believe it was 1.2 times more power, and that would be more so used for like Scarf and Banded variants, whereas Life Orb synergizes very well with its ability Regenerator, which allows it to switch out, get back all of its HP from the prior Life Orb damage it takes, and maybe the little bit of damage you allow it to take. I'm not it doesn't have the greatest defenses in the world, and it can get chunked down pretty easily, which is what makes Regenerator so much better on Mienshao. It's not, I don't think it's the better ability. I think Reckless is just an incredible ability as far as damage goes. Each of them has their niche. Okay, so I think Reckless is better as far as damage goes, and the longevity, of course, for Regenerator, which is something you should all know, but, you know, I just had to get that thought out of my mind because it was killing me. I was like, wait, what are you saying, Pierre? You're just doing things. You're just spouting nonsense and whatnot. But yeah, Mienshao is going to be a force to be reckoned with. Scarf definitely allows me to deal with a lot of the faster threats in this league because of the amount of speed that could be on other teams, because I have a fast team, no doubt, with the exceptions being Dredagon and Escavalier, or at least semi-fast, because, you know, Suicune's not like super fast or anything, and my last Mon isn't super fast either, you'll see later. But I just felt like Mienshao gave me another option for something to be faster, another option for something to hit hard, and I also needed that fighting type presence to scare off a bunch of things. So that is Mienshao's role in this team. So basically after round 9 I was finished. I just wanted to build up a little more defense. Now this was probably the round I got sniped the best, because it did dampen me quite a lot. So within the last 3 rounds I thought about Miltank or Vileplume and then go into like Ampharos, just because Ampharos is there and maybe I could give it some use, like a Choice Scarf Ampharos with Volt Switch, HP Ice, whatever, so that it could be something usable if I needed a fake electric type, which is it's sad to say because Ampharos is my favorite Mon, but it's just not the greatest Mon in the world, you know? Gotta come to terms with that. Oh gosh, my throat's really getting to me now, so I should wrap this up quickly. Next up, I decided I might as well go with Shiftry, just because there wasn't really any defensive options that synergized well with the team. The other defensive options really kind of hurt, to be honest. The one thing that I really hated about myself for this last part was that I didn't take Tangela, because that would have been a nice amount more defense, and because of the fact that I already realized that, you know, I have things to switch into fire types. I'm not really scared of them. But yeah, we took Shiftry. We need, I guess, for some more offense later down the line. If he can get something done, that would be fantastic. But my hopes aren't too high on him. We'll see what he does in the league. But by now, my draft was pretty much finished. I was just picking up Mons maybe for some extra defense, which is why I really would have loved to get Vileplume, because Vileplume is definitely viable. I can get a lot of use out of it. A nice little fighting type switch in, while also being able to recover itself with an incredible ability in Effect Spore. Also grants me another grass weakness. It's neutral to ground, which is not terrible, especially if it's physically defensive. And that's really another thing that's good about it, because right now Celebi is my only real ground resist. I mean, Landorus-I doesn't care about ground either, but it doesn't want to take too many attacks from other ground type mons that want to attack it with like that stray HP ice or a rock slide or whatnot. It doesn't want to have to take those hits, especially when it doesn't have the ability to recover on its own. So yeah, there's that. Shiftry gives me another ground type quote unquote switch in. Doesn't really switch in that well, but I do you get Pursuit? I really don't remember Shiftry at all. Learn Shiftry. Why have I not just been pausing this? I'm not recording live or anything. I could have just paused the Audacity. Okay, I can't learn Pursuit. I don't understand what I was thinking. I'm probably thinking about Skype. Anyways, so yeah, that's the reasoning for Shiftry. He's there, he's chilling, he's doing his thing, and whatnot. And then last but not least, we have Dusknoir, because, I don't know, I asked Brett, and he was like, yeah, just, you have 2 points, might as well just take Dusknoir. I was like, okay, I don't really have anything else here that really synergizes with the team. Didn't want anything else weak to, well, I don't really have anything weak to fighting, to be honest. Oh, it was Shiftry. Yeah, I drafted into that one. Good job, Pierre. But yeah, my last options were Murkrow, but honestly, that was like a last-ditch thing. But then there's Dusknoir. I was like, you know what, fine. He's got some defenses. He's got some stuff he can do. If necessary, I can bring him and see if he can raise some hell on some teams, or like at least get a Destiny Bond killer or something like that. Haha. Probably never going to use that set, though. It would probably be like full offense, because I like having fun. Let me stop. But yeah, so that's going to just about wrap up my draft analysis. Tell me what you think in the comment section below. I will have a list of the mons, or at least a screenshot of the mons on this list in the comment section below, or somewhere, or in the description. And then we can go ahead and have a nice little discussion if you'd like to discuss below, and we'll see what happens. So I was actually ranked 5th by Jesse in terms of power ranking. I didn't try, I tried too hard. I was definitely wanted to be, you know, like bottom 6, you know, make for a nice little climb to the top story, nice little Mighty Duck story, got myself all the way up there. But, you know, shit happens, you know, it's unfortunate that I'm just too good. But let me stop right there. But I do hope you guys enjoyed this little video here. I don't know what music I'm putting in the background yet, but we'll see. Until we meet again, alright, peace out, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Or at least, for those of you who only follow me for the GPC, that'll be this Friday, because it is week 1, baby. We are on our ways. So I'll catch you guys later. I guess I'll leave you with the rules in the description below as well. Because I kind of fucked up by not saying that at the beginning. But yeah, so later. Stop.